This is Fixing Famous People, the podcast where two reality television producers pitch solutions to save celebrities in dire straits.
But first, let's get to the Pre-Fixe, your weekly pop culture roundup.
Oh, listeners, the summer continues, and so does the groundbreaking on the Dominic Pupa Museum of Disgust. We didn't know that every week I would be entering a new food item.
I forgot we were doing this.
Well, you know, this podcast set the world on fire several weeks ago when I bravely announced that I don't like tiramisu. The response was swift. There was a lot of support. There was a lot
overwhelming.
Overwhelming. And then last week, I spontaneously revealed that I have to put duck in that category as well. Well, in conversation with listeners Greg and Sada Arcade, or Arcade, depending on what part of the world you're in.
Who's to say? Much like Gwyneth, have they ever confirmed that it's not Arcade?
I realized in conversation that I also, probably more than tiramisu and duck, I absolutely detest matcha. Matcha is now, if the Dominic Pupa Museum of Disgust is going to have like a food on it, it would be a piping hot cup of matcha in there. Truly gag. I can't even think about it without my uvula retracting a little bit and going, here we go. Here it comes.
Matcha is like, tiramisu is not a trend. Like, duck is not a trend to me. But like, matcha is a trend. Like, I feel that in 5 years,
though, no? You think it'll be gone?
Correct, but I believe that it's something that will go away, kind of. Do you agree with this? No?
I mean, I hope so. It's already left I just, when it crosses my path, I make a stank face.
It's just green tea, is it not? I mean, everyone's like, no, it's not. It's all blah, blah. But it's like, it's another way to like sell me a $15 version of green tea.
But it's not green tea. It's something different. It's something much chalkier and tasteless.
Yeah, and grassier.
I don't know.
I don't love it either. I'm not going to say hate, but I know I have friends that like, they live and die by it. But I feel that remember when kale was like everywhere?
I was one of them. I definitely,
you know what I mean?
Was one of
not
them.
that I like kale, like it's not, but like it was a food trend, truly. You know, like it was like kale was everywhere.
Is the boba tea gone? The boba tea and the bubble tea, is that all gone?
I believe that it's not as trendy, but it still exists. Hassan loves a boba tea.
I grow up. Stop playing with your food.
Chris DeRosa's Museum of Disgust, boba tea is in the midst of that.
We can combine our museums for the greater good.
Or just like featuring, and it's like lists. My little face in a boba tea, like, you know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm going to, when I make the graphics of this to post, I'm going to put like a little me coming out of the straw of the boba tea. That's my little entry.
Boba tea is like chocolate milk with balls in it. It's just very silly. Just eat Play-Doh if you want to go down this road.
Have you seen the thing of this very homosexual person is like, hey y'all, I'm gonna like try this boba tea. Have you ever seen this video? And he like is like,
no,
look, you gotta put the straw in this thing because they seal it up.
Have seen
and then
this.
He goes to suck it and like immediately like the tapioca thing
inhales like, a boba,
like go right into the back of his throat and he almost chokes on them and he coughs all over his car and it's like destroyed. Like there's just chocolate milk everywhere. Or not.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if that video was staged, but it
doesn't matter.
Someone's puking up, it's hilarious.
And he's like, my car. It's the best thing ever.
Well, we're at the beginning here before we dive into such fun stories as the Emmy nominations, the runtime for Avengers Doomsday. You're going to take a day off from work to watch this.
I can't.
Madonna making history once again. The Schmuckers reuniting. It's a big week, but it's a big week for two diehard longtime listeners in the Midwest. Julie Harris of St. Louis and Jenny Schottler of Chicago both got clear cancer screens this week. And we want to give them applause and say we love them. And congratulations.
Congratulations.
And they are the celebrities today. These women are in the Museum of Inspiration, where the gift shop sells, guess what? Regular tea. No matcha.
Correct.
No boba.
Matcha. Hold on,
Julie and Jenny, we love you. And congratulations. And cheers to many more years of health and prosperity. And now we move on to the fake people news, meaning celebrities. The 2026 Emmy nominations were revealed last week. With no surprise, The Pit leads all nominees with 25. Do you watch The Pit?
I have never seen an episode simply because I think I was doing, like when we're filming a show and a show when you're working and a show comes out and then you just you miss the boat on it. That was me with The Pit. I think I was filming something very intense when the first season came out, and I just never, it's a show I should watch with Hassan, and we never got around to it. And I know I'm missing out, and I know that I'm,
I'll get it one day. I watched the first episode when it came out, 2 years ago or whatever, and it was intense. It was great. It was ER on steroids, and I liked it. And I was sort of it was the kind of show where I was I got to get out of here because I'm going to watch all of it, and I've got to do some things. And by do some things, I mean watch my other soap operas, but I just never got back to it. But maybe I will this fall.
And I know that it's not for the faint of heart. And so it's it's an endeavor. You're not just popping it on,
Yeah. And just, sometimes when I don't watch something and then I read manic fan interaction about it,
it makes me not want to watch it.
It makes me not want to watch it.
Correct.
Yeah.
Same.
People are mad at Noah Wiley's character in season 2. I'm I'm out. I'm not, I don't want to get that invested. It's part of the reason why I stopped watching The Bear, because people started getting too crazy about it. I'm I have to distance myself.
I know, and I'm not. I'll do this for. You want to talk about Museum of Disgust? That second season that everyone was this is the best thing that's ever been on TV. I was not one
of The Bear.
One thing has happened. And then there's that episode, that Thanksgiving episode that everyone was coming their pants over, that I thought was horrible. And I was this is just constant adrenaline, and I just I don't know. I was what's
also
the point
not
of this show
coming
anymore?
their pants. This is not, I need to wipe that away. Excuse me. Whew. No, but I know what you mean. Back to the Emmys. In second place, not that you don't win based on the number of nominations, but a favorite of this pod and of the world, Hacks, final season, 24 nominations, which, by the way, is a record comedy nominations in a single season. So congratulations to Hacks. That's the exit. Yeah, that's the exit you want.
Yeah.
In third place with 19 nominations is Apple TV's Widow's Bay, which you do not watch it, correct?
I've seen every single episode, Dominic.
I didn't know this.
Oh, yes. No, we watched it.
I thought everyone else in the group chat but us watched it, so I'm the only one.
I watched it. It's great. It's, you know what? Widow's Bay is the tone that this DTF St. Louis show that we were screamed about not mentioning whenever we fixed Linda Cardellini wishes that it was. Because I'm watching that right now and I am not enjoying it.
Oh, wow.
I was just what is this? And also they bill it as a dark comedy. It's not, I've not tee-heed. I've not ha-had. I've not, not a once have I. I've laughed more listening to you talk for these 8 minutes than I have the whole entirety of the 7 episodes of the show that I've watched.
I'll take that as a compliment.
It is.
Okay, I appreciate it. Up next with 18 nominations is Pluribus. Why am I saying that with an accent?
I don't know.
Pluribus.
I keep wanting to call it Pluribussy.
Oh,
just move on. I don't know what I'm doing.
Followed by Netflix's Beef with 16 nominations. Yeah, I mean, and there you have it.
We're assuming this is the second season, right? Yeah, because they already won for that first season a while ago. But I do love everyone in it.
Same. Outstanding drama series, The Diplomat, The Gilded Age, a favorite of Christopher DeRosa for sure. Night of the Seven Kingdoms. Nice to see that whole, the fantasy is back. Game of Thrones is back in the game. Paradise on Hulu, which I've also never seen. The Pit, Pluribus, Slow Horses, and the John Hamm starer, Your Friends and Neighbors on Apple TV. Wolf Klitzer's a big fan of that. I've never
seen it, but it's on as I'm watching Maximum Pleasure Guaranteed with Tatiana Maslany.
Oh yes, you've mentioned it. Which is
so good.
I've heard
and that it's on. Your Friends and Neighbors is being advertised to me as I'm watching that.
Lead actress in the drama Carrie Coon for Gilded Age, Chase Infinity in The Testaments, which is a Hulu show. Kerry Russell for The Diplomat, which everyone tells me to watch The Diplomat. There's a lot that I don't watch because I'm very busy with The Bold and the Beautiful and all my other CBS soaps.
And Beyond the Gates and
Beyond the Gates. Let me tell you, Beyond the Gates, they already released Best Actor and Actress, and I think today is the day that the other daytime Emmy nominations are coming out, so we're not going to have it ready for our broadcast. But they released 2 actresses on Beyond the Gates nominated for lead actress.
Period.
It's going to be a barn burner. Carla Mosley and Tamara Tooney of As the World Turns at SVU fame, who's the matriarch, Anita Dupree on Beyond the Gates.
Yeah.
Ooh, baby. Anyway, Rhea Seehorn, who is tipped to win, is also nominated for Pluribus. And Zendaya gets one final nomination as Rue in Euphoria. Good for you. Lead actor in a drama, Sterling K. Brown for Paradise, Gary Oldman for Slow Horses, Mark Ruffalo for Task on HBO Max. My roommate watches that show and loves that.
I watched it. It was not as good as Mare of Easttown, but it was, I watched it. It was good.
Rufus Sewell for The Diplomat and Noah Wiley for The Pit. Outstanding comedy, Abbott Elementary, which is still a good show, by the way. I do watch that and I can't. I think Janelle James is the funniest actor on television. All due respect to Hacks. Like Janelle James is, I don't understand why she hasn't won more shit. Returning to be nominated for Best Comedy, The Bear. I mean, the joke is not even funny anymore.
Hit me with a car, please.
Hacks, of course. Margot's Got Money Troubles, which is on my list because Michelle Pfeiffer's in it.
Same.
And Nobody Wants This from Netflix. Only Murders in the Building. Shrinking. And Widow's Bay. And we'll just do the actors in comedy and then we'll move on to our other pressing business.
Hacks will win, but Widow's Bay.
But noticeably absent from there is The Comeback. Noticeably absent is The Comeback. They were not as enamored of it as we were. Lead actress in a comedy, Quinta Brunson, as always, for Abbott Elementary. Ayoade Abiri for The Bear. Elle Fanning and Margot's Got Money Troubles. Lisa Kudrow for The Comeback. And Jean Smart for Hacks. Tough one. Will they give it to Jean so she could win every time she's nominated? Because that's a great story. Or will they give it to The Comeback, which comes back once every 10 years? And supposedly this is the last time. Lead actor in a comedy, Yahya Abdul-Mateen II in Wonder Man, which I have not seen. That's on Disney+. Steve Carell in Rooster. Matthew Rhys in Widow's Bay. Jason Segel in Shrinking. And Martin Louise Short in Only Murders in the Building.
Matthew Rhys is going to win.
You think so?
Yeah. Unless they give it to Martin Short.
We're not going to go over every one of them. Maybe we'll pick up some on the a la carte. But what was really fun was that Meg Stalter got nominated for supporting actress in a comedy for Hacks, which is...
I think it was one of her best seasons.
Delightful. It definitely was. She was a true supporting actress this year. Hannah Einbinder still nominated in supporting, even though she's lead. But I understand they're trying to just give Jean Smart all of her flowers. But at least they both won. So if Meg Stalter somehow won this year, that would be fantastic. Hannah finally won for supporting last year.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, I remember now. Yeah.
Avengers Doomsday tickets will be going on sale next week. Currently, the runtime is 2 hours and 45 minutes. Woo!
But isn't aren't all their big movies like that?
They are. It's not. It's longer than Infinity War, which was the first half of their two-part finale. That was 149 minutes, but still Endgame from 2019, that was 181 minutes. That breached 3 hours. So this does not. It will be competing directly with Dune 3, which has Dune 3 has scuffed up. They've scuffed up all of the IMAX theaters. So I don't know. I mean, whatever. And people are going to go see it, even if it's just playing on their phones. It'll probably make $10 billion.
Yeah.
But they're trying to do like a Barbenheimer moment. Like, Wolf Klitzer was mentioning this morning. Doomsday is what they're going to be calling it, which is...
No, they really... But that's the sad thing is like they really are going to call it that. Like we're making a joke.
I think that's officially it. That wasn't
really?
a joke. I don't think it was a joke. I don't want to ask him because he doesn't have his voice changer. He's in the other room.
Yeah.
Now people can deduce who Wolf Klitzer is.
Sure.
They know I'm on vacation.
They know. I don't know. I'm already exhausted by it and it hasn't even happened yet. You know?
Let's get off of it then. I don't want you to pass out.
I mean, listen, I'm a viewer. I'm viewing Avengers probably in the theater. I'm not going to lie to you though. And I know everyone loves it, but Dune to me was boring. Like it was... Well, I remember we saw the first one in the Dolby Cinema,
in the theater.
The best theater you could possibly watch it in. And again, it was beautifully shot. The score is incredible. Like
beautiful gowns.
Beautiful gowns. Yes. Beautiful gowns. But when I tell you that we sat there and then we walked out of that theater and I was like, well, there's 3.5 hours that I'll never get back is what I said. The exact same thing I said when I walked out of House of Gucci. That I saw in the same theater, by the way.
I know. I think we should move on before our friendship and podcast is severed. When you put disrespect on the name of one of the top 30 films of all time, I take ish.
The top 30 most Razzie nominated films of all time.
How dare you? Madonna Louise Veronica Ciccone has reached #1 on the Billboard charts for a record-breaking 10th time with Confessions to Electric Boogaloo. I don't mind telling you that over the past, has it been 10 days now, 11 days? It is the only thing that, not only that I have listened to, it is the only music that has played in Provincetown, in our little gay town for the past 11 days. When I tell you we went out last night, now if you've listened to this album, it is a masterpiece. And the last song on the album is called Lower East Side Girl or LES Girl. It's a ballad. I mean, it's not dancey at all. And that we're out at a bar and they even played that. Like we're sitting outside last night at like 11 o'clock at Crown and Anchor.
Like a mood killer. Like in theory, it's like
it should be if you're not a fan. But Wolf and I are looking at each other. We're like, all right, LES girl. Like it was just so like the fact that they're playing that in a bar when it's just great. So congrats to Madonna. She put a really heartfelt message on Instagram as well. Madonna about to turn 68 years old. #1 album.
Really?
Do
68.
it. Italians do it better. Speaking of Madonna, let's not forget that in a matter of days, she and Shakira and BTS will be performing at the World Cup halftime show, which is obviously trying to compete with the Super Bowl halftime show as the halftime show of halftime shows. They will now be joined by one Justin Louise Bieber in this. So this is,
that's big.
From what I understand, it's still only like 15 minutes long. What is everyone going to come out and sing one line from one of their favorite songs and then leave?
They'll do one song to 2-minute song. I mean, what are songs anymore but 2 minutes long? Truly.
What are songs? What are songs anymore? So that promises to be a very fun show. By the way, speaking of halftime shows, Bad Bunny's halftime show is the most Emmy-nominated halftime show
of all time
in the history of halftime shows and Emmys. So suck on it, FCC.
Jill.
Speaking of the World Cup, I don't know if you saw my Insta stories. We'll repost it on the FFP page again this week. But there's a great shot at a UK World Cup game of Victoria Beckham, one Posh Spice, sitting in a box at the game, surrounded by people, including her husband, soccer legend David Beckham. When the UK scored a goal, everyone in the world is standing up and cheering, and she's literally sitting there going, how much longer will this take? It is an instantly, she only walks into iconic moments. There are some people that no matter what they do, every frame of their life is a meme. She's one of them. And just see her calmly sitting there while everyone is standing, losing their minds. A great moment.
There are times when I'm like, Brooklyn, get her. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, get her. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and this is one of those times where it's like, just pretend that you're like excited for your own country to be doing well. And your husband is like the leader of that country in the realm of where you are talking about, like for once. But she's like, no. But also, here's my thing. What's she scampering off to go do?
Isn't she running an empire?
Of what, Dominic? Like of clothing, quote unquote, that I've never seen. You know what I'm saying?
But like, does that still exist for real? I mean, we should investigate. We should call Diane Shoulders Sawyer, give her some shit to do.
Get keyhole on that.
Get shoulders on it.
Yeah. Anyway.
Now, I don't know why we've seen, I mean, she must have an album coming out or something. And there's been a lot of new Mel C music coming my way in the algorithm. In an interview, she mentioned that at one point before the release of Wannabe, the Spice Girls like debut single, like right when they were freshly assembled, she'd had some argument with Posh in a parking lot the night before and was just like, Victoria, fuck off. And then everyone went to the hotels and went to sleep. And the next morning she was called into the office, into the management office, and was like, you can't do that again or you're out of this band. Ruh-roh. It's just like a memory that she popped up.
Which also she'd be like, okay, I'll take 3/4 of the vocals of this entire fucking group with me then, you cunts.
Ain't that the truth?
Like Sporty is like the like unsung hero of the entire band.
Well, she definitely had the best pipes of the group. Yeah. I think that has to be undisputed. I'll never forget the last tour that they did that we saw them at MSG, and like everyone got I mean, this is obviously many years ago, but everyone got a solo moment to sing one of their solo songs or do something. Victoria's solo moment was just to do Runway up and back and then go backstage. That was her moment. Everyone else did like a full number, and she just said, "I'm going to walk. That's my talent."
Sure.
See, now
that's bringing me back onto her side, which is upsetting. Do you know what I mean?
It's like so stupid. Your criteria are fucked. That's what I'm
but just
say.
It's just like, I'm like, that's funny. Like, I'm like, that's just funny. She's like, I'm not going to try to sing. What am I, an idiot? Like, she's like, I know I'm a terrible singer. I'm going to just do paparazzi pictures. That's what I'm doing.
We're up to this week's Britney Watch. And before Chris screams Britney Watch and we do our Hey Y'alls, I think I'd like to propose that instead of doing this intro that we do for Britney, why don't the Britney Watch theme should just be because it's a circus. It's truly, and not the all eyes on me in the center of a ring.
Yes,
just like
it
a circus.
Is, Dominic. It
no,
is
it's not.
Circus
it's
by
clown
Britney
cars
Spears.
in a clown circus. I'm hanging out the roof on the freeway. Knives.
Okay, I have a big rebuttal though. A huge rebuttal.
Rebut.
You go first.
Well, let's do Britney Watch.
Okay.
Britney Watch. Hi, y'all. So she's photographed hanging out the sunroof on a busy LA freeway. Enough. Okay. It internets itself enough that she has to release a statement, which just made no sense.
If you
like,
look
you know how life is, but
here's the thing. The thing. Mm-hmm. A busy LA freeway, when you think of that, you think of, oh my God, it's like 80 miles an hour. Everyone's going down the street. Like, it's going to be really bad. When you actually look at the photos, they are not only stopped on the freeway is so busy that they're in traffic, stopped, and their brake lights are on in the car that she's out the sunroof of. Her hair isn't even blowing in the wind. It's completely down. So they're not even moving in this car. So it's like you're to assume like she's hanging out the side of the car and like could be decapitated like that scene in Hereditary at any moment. And in reality, she was like, I wonder why we're stopped, and like opened the sunroof and got up and like looked. Should she be doing that? No. But
keep your head and hands in the vehicle, ma'am.
Course, keep your head and hands in the vehicle. Dominic, you're right. But again, it's like when you read the headline, you're like, she like has a death wish, and in reality, she's just like being kooky.
That I agree with. I agree with.
Which is annoying because I would read the headline and be like, oh no, she's gonna like die soon. And then you go actually look at the story, and it's straight up like all the cars have their brake lights on and they're stopped, and her hair is like down. So
she was curious about what was happening outside the car. So my only tip for her in the future would be the glass walls that are like tits up for you when you're seated in the vehicle. Those are windows. You can see out, just look right through them. I
think she's trying to get up to see like far ahead, which again, she probably didn't.
I don't know. You know what? I don't even, I love Britney Spears. I don't know why I get so bitter about it. I'm just like, I don't know. I feel like this is what she wants. But again, I want this scene in the bio. I think those photos should be in the credit bed for the biopic that's coming out. It should just be that.
Sure.
Her knife dancing. We don't know yet who's playing her in the biopic, right?
No.
I haven't heard anyone mention anything about Sabrina Carpenter, which was like a year ago. People were like really pushing it.
And Millie Bobby Brown, people were really saying like she was, because she started doing all these blonde hairstyles, and people were like, she's like auditioning, like she's trying to like put it out there. And then there was someone else that they were saying would do it, but I was like, this is the thing. And there's been a few like, this person's like tiptoeing around doing a biopic for this person. And like, Kelly Rowland, wasn't it like Donna Summer biopic? And it was like Kelly Rowland. We're going to
talk about that.
I'll do it. But I need an actor to do it. Like I get that we need the person to sing, but I need someone that knows how to act and not be them waddling through acting like to do, you know what I mean? Millie Bobby Brown is a great choice. Like, you know who's not a great choice for Britney Spears? Like someone like Zara Larson to go on and do it because she's hot and everyone's saying she's a new Britney. But it's like this. No. I need a real actor.
Zara Larson's a bad choice, and I stan Zara Larson.
Sure, same.
I live and love.
Same.
She's not right for this.
No.
Millie Bobby Brown, I think now that we're talking about, I think she's campaigning for it because every week it's like another bonkers story from her. Like last week, remember in a past life, she was a gay soldier or something. Now this week, and I didn't even put this on the Pre-Fixe because I'm almost like enough with MBB. This week's story is that a monk helped her get out of a 3-month anxiety attack.
Period.
Goodbye. AO.UK.
Period.
What are we doing? Speaking of UK, well, he did it. Harry got Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Schmuckers, and Archie and Lilibet to the UK. Smuggled them in there like illegal crumpets, and they met up with the king for the first time in 4 years. I mean, for these babies, this is, you don't have that many memories when you're a toddler. It's probably their first memory of meeting their grandfather. No photos, obviously. I mean, I haven't even seen a photo of Smuckers boots on the ground in the UK. I think they're keeping her separate. I doubt they're going to reunite with Wills and Kate. And my gut says that Kate is just like, no, thank you. Not necessary. I'm busy rocking all these deep colored outfits at Wimbledon. I cannot be bothered.
It just makes me laugh so hard that they're like, the whole world came together so that these people could be together. It's like, not that all the money in the world, which they have, could just make this happen at any moment.
Yeah.
Like that's what's so.
I'm glad it's so found laughable. Money. They found money for security.
Laughable to me that they're like, how on earth will we make this work? It's like, if you can't do this, like no one can.
Jay-Z did concerts at Yankee Stadium.
There should be like a wee. This is the Netflix 5-alarm fire.
Yeah. So Beyonce shows up. Whatever. I think the first one or two went off without a hitch, but this last one, they were 3 hours late. So what I understand is that they were letting people in. They did let several people in, and then some people either jumped the gate or ran in at security. And so they just didn't know what to do. Like, should they make everyone leave? So truly, literally 10,000 people were just standing outside Yankee Stadium going, what the fuck? The concert started, hours late. I would have left personally.
Yeah.
The latest concert I remember was going to Madonna's Madam X in Brooklyn. And I remember leaving the Bronx at 9 p.m. to get to Brooklyn because we knew that it wasn't going to start until like 10:30.
Yeah.
This was not what they thought it was going to be.
Mariah Carey, like her Christmas show, it was like 7 o'clock were the doors. She didn't go on until like 10 p.m. Like people had went with their kids and they were like, we have to leave because like it's like 10 o'clock.
They're going to bed. Yeah. My kid's never been up this late.
Yeah. So like after sitting through that, for then it to be like an okay concert. I mean, she's great, but it was just like, I was like, what the fuck is this? I was like, I'm never doing this again. Like if I'm waiting like 3 hours for someone, I'm just leaving. It's like, you don't bye.
Rihanna was there though. Rihanna was the surprise guest that evening, performing for the first time in many years. Do you know now that it's been 10 years since Rihanna has released an album? 10 years. And because she popped back up and performed, a lot of stories have been coming out about where is the album. And supposedly she has like on more than one occasion had a full album and then just said, no, let's start from scratch. Like, it's not like, apparently she's been making music all this time. Show it to me. Show me the rejects. Show it to me. I want to see.
She doesn't want to go on tour again. She doesn't. She's done her time. She's done the work.
When she was on stage, she gave mixed messages when she was on stage at Jay-Z's concert. She was like, first of all, she's like, y'all, I'm a little rusty, which she mentioned after singing Bitch Better Have My Money. But then said she missed it and she loves New York and she missed being on stage. No, I don't think you did. Riri. I don't actually think you did.
Think about the fact that I love her to death, but think about the fact that a song, like I feel that we don't give her enough credit for how good of a singer she is. Like when she when she actually did sing, but like the song that is the most throwaway, maybe Work is the only song that's less vocally taxing on her that she's ever done. But like, bitch better have my money. Pay me what you want me.
It's nothing.
Chop up.
You know what one always gets me for her?
Like she's like doing scales in the song. And she's like, guys, I can't do it.
Suburbia is that for me because when the way she says Suburbia in the final version of the song,
Dominic.
I'm sorry, Suburbia. Disturbia is, she sounds so bored. Like,
Disturbia. You know that, please, I was the target audience for that song. And we played that at every party, us in the car driving around. That was, please. Oh, what a song.
I've never heard someone on a song that popular sound like they didn't want to be there.
Yeah.
At all.
Well, because she had to do so much. She's true. Think about her first album. Good Girl Gone Bad, like almost every single song on it was a single that like went like to a number one. Like she's up there with like the Beatles with like most, and like Michael Jackson and like Garth Brooks with like most. Like she's up there before, I think Taylor like just surpassed her because she's had so many hits.
What did I say the name of it was? Suburbia? Serbia! It's now a World Cup song. Yeah. Oh, I said Suburbia instead of Disturbia. Ariana Grande has changed the lyrics to Thank You Next yet again.
Not yet again.
Because she's dating Ricky Alvarez again.
Yeah.
Which is great for her. And, you know, the original lyrics say, wrote some songs about Ricky. Now I listen and laugh. And the new lyrics are, wrote some songs about Ricky. We always find our way back. And it goes on to say, and make no mistake, homeboys right in my crack, which people were jarred by.
Goodbye.
No, I made up that last one, but still.
We know.
The original ones, yeah, good for her. I mean, what must SpongeBob be thinking? Because, you know, I don't claim to be a supermodel by any stretch of the imagination. However, SpongeBob is SpongeBob. You know, he's visually SpongeBob to me. Ricky Alvarez, Madonna mia. I mean, how do you how do you live? Like, I left my wife and child to be with you, and then you left me. Like, Ricky Alvarez is like, in the Dominic Pupa Museum of This Is My Type, he's on the cover of the pamphlet. He's on the guidebook to get through that museum, Ricky Alvarez.
It's funny, too, because you would like, it's like, this is what happens when you write songs about your exes and then you get back with them, and then you got to change the lyrics. So it's like a thing where it's like, oh, you're so like,
well, at least it wasn't a face tattoo. At least it wasn't a face tattoo.
For real. But like, there's a part of me that's like, God, don't change the lyrics. Just fucking live your life. But then it's like, no, but we're all living for it. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm like, why are you doing this? And I'm like, but I know why, because I'm obsessed with it. Like, that's why. Like, that's why.
Thomas Louise Cruz he's going for the Oscar so hard right Dominic? Here. It's like he's going to shove it up his ass. The trailer, his next movie is called Digger, and the trailer has dropped. It's apparently a role that it took him 40 years to prepare. Iñárritu, who's won 2 directing Oscars this century, is directing this movie. I will read you from Deadline.com. The actor transforms into another kind of opposite once again, a very blunt, southern-talking, older potbelly oil baron who may have set off a massive global ecological disaster. His name is Digger Rockwell. He's the only guy who can fix what looks to be a rapidly melting iceberg crisis, and he's ordered by the standing U.S. president, played by John Goodman, to save the day.
What in the whale am I seeing on my screen when I see the
That's exactly what you're seeing. Like, Tom Cruise as the whale, as Digger, is what you're seeing.
Okay, I knew I was somehow going to work this into this somehow. Last night, I watched Ocean's 11.
Okay. Which you already loved, right? Like you're already.
But I hadn't seen it in a long time, and I'm going to a birthday party where it's Ocean's 11 themed, and so I need to be dressed as someone in Ocean's 11. And so I was watching it to watch it, but then also to truly be like looking at their outfits and be like, which one of these do I already have in my closet? Kind of.
Okay.
And when I tell you, I was watching that movie and I was like, God damn it, they don't make them like this anymore. And the reason is
Golden Age.
It's not because of like, oh, it's all these people and it's Brad Pitt and it's George Clooney. P.S. George Clooney's the hottest person to ever exist. Can we just like, oh my God. Like he's
that era. I mean, he's hot always, but that era, like, George Clooney,
ding, motherfucking dong. So like,
get in
Julia
there.
Roberts
never
looked better. Julia Roberts looks great.
There.
You know what I mean? And like to have all the, you know, the trifecta of these 3 superstars at the peak of their thing. But like, when I tell you that like, I'm watching this movie, it's not like I'm the only person that could ever figure this out. Like, I'm going to assemble this team because like no one else can. And like, we've got to stick it to this casino owner. And like, we're all blah, blah. The guy's like, I just got out of jail and I'm so cool that I want to rob I want to make more money robbing people.
It's Rat
Let's
Pack.
do it.
Rat Pack energy,
and they're
baby.
Just like, and all the people are like, I'm so cool. They're so cool and they're just like nonchalant. And it's not, I was like, if this was happening today, it would be Digger, where it's like, I'm this oil baron that's a menace to society, but I'm the only person that can like stop the world from crumbling. And it's like, there's 0% of that energy in Ocean's 11, a great film. Like, they're all just like, yeah, I'll do this with you. Or like, I have to be convinced and blah, blah. And like, then they do it. And then they all do their job. And then they
that was the best part about
money.
it. Because like the Rat Pack was like, you know, despite their issues with the Rat Pack, their treatment of women, etc., all that, but effortlessly cool. And I think that was the fear with Ocean's 11 was that it wasn't going to be that. And they nailed it. Like,
it was incredible.
Yeah, none of the, you know, prequels, sequels, reboots, whatever. That Ocean's 11 is a solid movie, like very.
It's
solid.
Also the amount of cameos in it, incredible. We might need to watch it and just talk about it and just go through, because it was I was like, we would have a great conversation about it. But like, when I tell you, hearing the log line that you just read me for Digger, like, that's what we have now. Like, we don't have these movies where it's just, and again, at the end of it, the guy he did all this to get attention from his wife, to show her that he loves her.
Look, I'm happy to be pleasantly surprised by Digger, by the way. Like, if Tom Cruise turns in a great performance, which he has before, he's not an untalented actor, but you watch the trailer and it's like a parody of an actor doing something to win an Academy Award.
It's giving Jeremy Strong. It's giving Jeremy Strong.
It's all Jeremy Strong. It's giving, and without the racist implications, it's very Robert Downey Jr.'s character in Tropic Thunder.
Yes, correct.
I'm going all the way with this, and wow. So just give him the Oscar so we don't have to talk about this anymore. But maybe it will be wonderful. Inardu's a great director. Maybe he reined in some of Tom Cruise-isms, but I don't know.
It doesn't seem so. It doesn't.
Not in the trailer. It doesn't seem like that.
So. But I really was thinking about that last night watching it, because I was like, we could never make this today, because it would have to be about like Brad Pitt having like the most troubled past ever and being like all that, you know what I mean? It would have to be this like emotional turmoil, and instead of them just being like cool criminals.
The Spaceballs poster has come out for the sequel to Spaceballs, called Spaceballs, the new one. And that will be out in the spring of 2027. Very excited about that. I truly don't know anything about it. I almost don't want to. I loved the original.
More than anything.
I was 16 when it came out. We saw it in the movie theater multiple times. Joan Rivers being in it was the main reason that I saw it. I'm not sure what they're doing. So many people in it have died. Joan Rivers, John Candy, two like main characters in it. So let's see what they got. 100-year-old Mel Brooks, I'm sure will still be in this.
Yes, he is
in this film.
Rick Moranis coming back from mothballs, as you would say.
Bill Pullman, I'm sure, is in it as well, right? Also
correct, with his son, Louis Pullman. Yeah,
that's right. The delicious Louis Pullman. I forgot about his fine ass.
And one of our favorites, Miss Keke Palmer, is in it.
Mm-hmm. I don't know why I said it like that.
Yeah, but I love her.
Sounded racist, and I apologize for it.
That's exciting.
Also in the new movie category, apparently Sacha Baron Cohen has secretly wrapped a new Ali G movie, resurrecting this character after 20 years. This was the first character that brought Sacha Baron Cohen into that consciousness. Before Borat, before Bruno, it was Ali G. Ali G never got his own movie, but he's got one now. I mean, most of us on this side of the Atlantic Ocean were introduced to Ali G in Madonna's music video in 2000. Apparently Ali G, Sacha as Ali G has been shooting content at Wimbledon as well, some stories or whatever. I'll watch it. I'm a fan of Sacha Baron Cohen. And like, this is going to be
a Billy Madison too, is what this is going to be.
I don't know.
Gilmore. It has Happy Gilmore 2. Like, it's a Happy Gilmore 2 situation is what it has the
potential, but also who knows? Like, he always does something. So we've never like matched the magic of the first Borat movie. You know, like that was sort of like a societal takeover. Bruno was really not. So let's see. How it goes.
I don't think it's going to be good.
Jury is out.
I just have a feeling.
Kelly Rowland is ready to play Donna Summer, whether or not the people making the Donna Summer movie are ready is up for debate, but she wants it. She's ready. I know you have doubts about this. I think she might nail it.
She could nail it. I'm just like, I feel that sometimes these biopics get fucked up because the person they put in the role like isn't good enough to do it. Is that bad? That's why. And I'm nervous because I want it to be, and I say this because I want it to be really good. And I just like I've never seen her act. Like, I want it to work and I don't want them to make it less so that she can do it. Does that make sense?
Yes. Now, what I will say is this. I controversial and bravely, I would like to say to you, controversially and bravely say, I don't know that the world needs this biopic from Donna Summer. There was a great documentary 2 years ago that they released. And I should say there was a good documentary. It wasn't great. I mean, Donna Summer's the queen of disco. Her output and her catalog, I mean, truly unmatched for that era. But the life story part of it was sort of like, there weren't enough peaks and valleys to me. Like, this isn't the Michael Jackson story.
Yeah,
this isn't Elton John. This isn't Freddie Mercury. It's Donna Summer. And it's not that she didn't live an extraordinary life, but biopic material, I was okay with the documentary. And it's just going to be another excuse for someone to sing all of her songs, then great. But I think that's all it's going to be.
But if that's what it is, then she's great for it.
I mean, I think that's all it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
We spoke last week about someone wanting Jim Carrey to be the new Freddy Krueger in Nightmare on Elm Street. That aside, they have announced that there will be a new Nightmare on Elm Street. They are rebooting the franchise. There's no talk yet about whether or not Jim Carrey would be in it, but Paramount has inked a deal with the estate of Wes Craven to revive it. So it is coming. Let's just see who does it. I'm wondering, now that I know they're rebooting the franchise, I'm guessing they're going to shy away from the Jim Carrey of it all because it puts too much of like a stamp on it. Which I'm trying to articulate. It's like, it's almost too much. Like, let Freddy Krueger be the star without Jim Carrey being the star. I don't know. I don't know if it's necessary, but we'll see what they do.
Especially because like in theory, his face will be so disfigured in it because isn't he like a scary burned person?
Well, yeah,
like,
that's the thing. It reminds me of Fire Marshal Bill from Mad TV, like one of his favorite characters. I don't know if that's why they've called him in to do it or why they might. I don't know.
Like, I don't know. I don't know.
The Monopoly competition series is a go at Netflix. We talked about this when it was in development. I don't mind telling you, I love Monopoly. I like to play with my friends. I like to take it too far and to like scream at people when I'm playing it. And so I'm building a hotel empire. I like to get pissed off and flip the board when we're playing and watch everyone's hotels.
What a surprise. It's like zero people listening to this are surprised.
That's how only children play board games, by the way. It's not going my way. I will flip it. Teresa Giudice got nothing on me when it comes to that.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
There is a new Carrie series. We got the first look at this new Amazon Prime release for the reimagining of Carrie. It's going to be a series, not a movie. The girl playing Carrie, so it looks so much younger than Sissy Spacek did in the movie, but Carrie was supposed to be, in high school. So her name is Summer Howell. She stars as the title character. I don't get over to Amazon Prime too much.
No, it's hard. And just with streamers in general, like, okay, this Monopoly thing's going to happen. And then they're going to do like they'll do one season of it. And if it isn't Squid Game level successful, they'll just scrap the whole thing.
Right.
And recently, like the Washington Post or someone came out and was like, Netflix is realizing that like their fans are abandoning shows. And when I tell you the comments were a bloodbath of people being like, no, we love these shows. We just can't watch them when you renew it 3 years later and we don't even remember what happened in the season before. And
recently they did that with that series The Burrows, which I never got to watch, but it's been a long time since there was like fan outcry over something being canceled because people absolutely loved that show and they canceled it already after the first season.
Yeah.
Gina Davis was very upset about it.
And like what what's the point?
Speaking of Amazon, Wolf Klitzer and I are staying in a home that is run by an Alexa. And I hope that the owners of this house do not, because folks, if you have an Alexa, everything you ask Alexa is like logged. Like you can go into your Amazon account and see a history of everything you've ever asked Alexa. And I pray to God that the people who own this house do not go in there because we have been both Diane Sawyering the shit out of Alexa, not the least of which is like, Alexa, please run down a list of Lauren Sanchez Bezos's plastic surgeries. And she says that she cannot comment on that, but does give a 5-minute history Alexa's talking. No, Alexa, be quiet. It was a joke.
I knew that was going to happen.
I'm doing a podcast. Alexa, silence. We also asked her, and we're going to talk about some deaths in a moment. It's going to get a little dark, but we also just straight up asked her if Mitch McConnell was dead. And she's like, it was sort of shocking because she's like, I don't know whether or not he's dead, but I will tell you all the signs. I'm paraphrasing, but she went on for like 3 or 4 minutes saying, here's the evidence to why he might be, and just like ran down the list. And I'm like, does Donald Trump know that his friend Jeff Bezos is employing a robot who's saying that Mitch McConnell's deceased? Anyway, speaking of horror series, the cast for Summer House 11 has finally been revealed.
It's the same people, Dominic.
It's the same people. Yes. But they made a big deal out of it. Us Weekly has been dribbing and drabbing. They're so in on it with Bravo and Peacock. It was really like, will Ciara come back? Is basically like the only remaining question. So, yes. Yeah. Like
I'm surprised our older crew is coming back, because I feel that the In the City was like our way to like make them now go, like take them off of Summer House and bring them into their own world. But to have all of them back, I was assuming it would be like Ciara and Jesse, and then like they would build a new show around the two of them. But like, interesting that seeing our OGs back.
They're truly following the model that they invented with Vanderpump. They're just doing the exact same thing. Everyone's going to come back and it's going to peter out. Like there'll be a ton of interest in the beginning, and by the end of it, even the cast will be tired at the end of it. I think, no, they're doing this as tribute. They got an Emmy nomination, which we didn't mention. Summer House got nominated for Unstructured Reality, and good for you, and good for all of our friends who work on that show.
Absolutely.
One of whom was you at one point, which I didn't even know.
A million billion years ago. Yes.
So yeah. So, and then they'll come and they'll go away. To Broadway we go with some really bad news. Like, I'm so unsure. Like, Cats the Jellicle Ball is closing on August 8th. I mean, making a Broadway show is expensive, y'all. I don't know what else to say. If you have a chance to go see this, really fucking do it. Our strongest recommendation to go see the show. It is really wonderful. Now
you really got to go see it, because it's going away.
You've got like 3 or 4 weeks left. I mean, previously it was announced it was going into 2027. So I don't know. Someone must have sat down and crunched the numbers and said, nope, meow, it's over.
Or some person was like, give me my money now, or something like that, which is fucked up too.
So while we're on Broadway,
it's so sad. I'm sorry. It's so sad, because it's like,
mourn for us. Mourn.
Such a good show.
Mm-hmm.
Like such a good show.
And so we this week on the second half of the broadcast you're listening to right now, we review and recap the 2019 disaster film Cats. And we recorded that yesterday. So we recorded the recap before knowing that Jellicle Ball had given a closing date. And we, even on the recap that we recorded yesterday, just praise about how good it is. Like, it's that. We also love theater. I think the more you love theater, the more you even love Jellicle Ball. Like, and the more you know the original Cats, the more you know that Jellicle Ball is truly like, nothing's ever been rebooted this well in the history of history. Just please go see it if you can, please. Now, this next, I'm just going to read the headline from Broadway World, and then Chris will roll his eyes so badly, we'll wait for him to pick himself up off the floor because he's going to fall backwards. Titanic director Ty Blue joins the creative team of the Dance Moms parody musical. It's called The Pyramid, the unauthorized Dance Moms musical. Does the world need this? Like a third tit, it needs this. Absolutely not. No.
Here's...
I know.
How mean do you want me to be? Dominic, I'm going to give you
You're suspect of everything, and that I'm also suspect of everything, but and not that you're not this way, I would love for this to be good, but I just feel like I want someone to write a good Broadway musical that's not a parody. That's all. Like, everything that's great that I've seen recently has been slapsticky and funny, and that's awesome. I need the next Ragtime is what I want.
Also, again, it's like, to know that Cats the Jellicle Ball, which is like an amazing thing, is closing, and then this is what we're coming up with next, is bad.
Yeah.
I also, the the success of Titanic is funny because now they're going to try to do, and I said this in the group chat, they're going to try to do like, this is the Titanic of blank, and that's going to happen for 10 years, and I'm going to get increasingly more annoyed every time they do it. And this is patient zero of that.
Patient zero.
Because the people that made this show made another show that I won't say that you and I saw, and I was quite dumbfounded by how not good it was. And so we'll see.
Are you all looking for clues? Buy us a drink and we'll tell you.
Mm-hmm.
So Rosie, speaking of Broadway, Rosie's got her off-Broadway show at the Dow Roth that's going on now between now and August.
When is it starting?
I mean, it's now. We have to get tickets. I'll be back in New York in a few weeks. We got to do that. So she's been giving more interviews, obviously because she's back in the States for a few months because she no longer lives here permanently. Yeah. But was very, I love when she gets candid and makes me draw breath, which is almost every time she gives an interview. She reveals that she quit her talk show, which ran for 6 record-breaking historic seasons, after realizing that she'd earned $100 million. And she saw that she had $100 million in the bank and thought, okay, now I'm done.
Period.
Walking the walk. Like, people, us wokerellas will sit around in conversation like, if I had $5 million in the bank, I'd walk away. That's, by the way, that's not enough money to live for the rest of your life.
No.
Not when you're young like Christopher and I. But she looked and she saw $100 million and she's like, what am I doing? I'm done.
What's the point of this? Yeah.
That's the American dream. Go home and watch Netflix. Raise your kids. Do all that. Although that's a sensitive topic. It also turns out.
I do need to, hold on.
What?
I need to buy tickets.
Get those tickets. Make a note.
Yeah.
She also revealed, we reported here when she visited her daughter Chelsea in prison a couple of weeks ago, it was the first time in 10 years that they'd had longer than a 15-minute conversation. Very fractured relationship.
Yeah, I'm
She's
sure.
So many celebrities are so protective of all of it. She's really not. And it's why people hate her, because they see themselves in her, and most people hate themselves. But she's always very candid about all this stuff. She does not claim to be a perfect mother or a perfect person. She just wears that heart on that sleeve. Rosie O'Donnell is an icon. From an icon to people who want to be icons, but who are just trying my patience and will never be. Justin Baldoni, unsurprisingly, has said, dear any judge in the United States, reduce or remove the $8 million fees that Blake Lively thinks I'm supposed to pay for her lawyers. Utterly, flutterly, clutterly ridiculous $8 million. Let me paraphrase from what Justin Baldoni is trying to say. I don't have $8 million.
No, like truly.
Please, don't make me do this. What am I supposed to do? What was it? What was even the name of the movie? It had to be you. Don't punch women. It ends with us. That's right. Don't punch women too. Electric Boogaloo. What's he going to have to do? Redo that with Dakota Johnson to make the money? He just
your girl.
Justin Baldoni doesn't have $8 million, and Blake Lively's married to an actual billionaire. Stop the nonsense. Stop the nonsense, for God's sakes.
But however,
for our sake, end this. For the sake of the public, end this.
Wait, what are you saying? Are you saying like let him off the hook for the money or no?
Yeah, she doesn't need the money. It's an exercise. Just end it. Just end it.
However,
if it ends with you, then let it end with you, bitch. Absorb the fees and move on.
However,
$8 million is drinking money for Blake Lively.
Can I not stand her at all? Yes, correct.
I can't stand either, though.
We were put through this for 2 years and he did all this shit. And remember the website he released and all that shit? She's not letting him do that. Like he was not an innocent bystander in this once shit went down. And so I get it.
And people have commented, like on Apple and Spotify about our opinions about Justin Baldoni. I want to be clear. He's also a scumbag. They're both scumbags. They need to just go away. I just think $8 million in legal fees is like.
No, they're just dragging it out as much as they can.
Come on. Just from a justice system point of view, like they're both at fault. Like it was like two egos on a collision course in hell. That's all this was. And everyone fucking knows that.
Yeah.
Well, Kristi Noem and Jimbo from Drag Race have filed for divorce. Kristi and Byron Noem have finally and predictably ended their relationship after Byron Noem, just a few months after Byron Noem was caught with the world's biggest titties on fetish sites We don't kink shame here, but God damn it, if it's not the most fun story of the entire
Dominic,
year.
Sometimes love does not win.
It does not win. It does not win. I've been joking on stage for the past 6 months. I don't understand why this story hasn't gotten more traction. I don't understand why Byron Nome isn't afloat in the Thanksgiving Day parade. Is 2026 that bonkers that why aren't we talking about this every day?
Well,
I want more Byron Nome. I want more Byron
Me too.
Nome.
Same. P.S. I know why, because they're Republicans. And if this was a Democrat, they would be like, this is all the proof we've ever needed to show that you're indoctrinating our children with homosexuality. But the fact that he's a Republican and she was like Trump's cocksucker until she got the fucking boo like they all do. No one wants to say boo about it. That's why. Okay, I'm done.
Byron Nome. Who I'm not even, I don't think he's gay. I think this is just his kink. Like, I think he still enjoys women biblically.
Listen, kink or not, it is what it is.
You know, Byron Nome can do whatever he wants with his tits. Kristi Nome can do whatever she wants with her face. And we can do whatever we want, which is move on from them.
Correct.
Goodbye, Kristi Nome. And honestly, hello, Byron. I'm happy to make him an icon. I don't care who he voted for.
Much like
Byron Nome is the
Babadook.
visual we need this year. We need Byron Nome in our lives. I don't care what anyone says.
Remember when the Babadook like randomly became a gay icon because that movie got like put in the wrong category? That's what it's like the Babadook and then Byron Nome's big titties. That's what those two together is fun to me.
Come through, Byron. You know what? If Byron Nome is not a guest judge on Drag Race next year, I'm not watching it anymore.
For real.
Not watching it.
Or one of them should be Byron Nome with the big titties on what's it called?
Yeah.
Snatch Game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at this. Hudson Williams is finally crashing out, like with the fame,
because
it's getting
he was like trying to light his headshot on fire.
He's in Paris, and these fucking paps follow him, and he looks at them, and he's like, it's not what you're doing is not right. And he takes the photo they hand him, and he tries to set it on fire.
And doesn't. The worst part is that it never happens. It's like you should.
Yeah, it was definitely a wah-wah. But yeah, again, 6 hours of television and the world has lost its mind. Gay sex is a powerful motivator. It really is. When people see two hot gay people have sex, they lose their minds. Heated rivalry, 6 hours of television taking over the absolute universe. P.S., which we didn't mention, heated rivalry not eligible for Emmys because it is produced in Canada. Connor Story, though, still getting an Emmy nomination for hosting SNL. So congrats to him. And you know what else we didn't mention was the documentary nominations. Mariska Louise Magdalena Hargitay, host of this year's Emmy Awards, nominated for My Mom Jane. Unfortunately, she is up against, I think she's going to win, but she is up against the John Candy documentary and the Martin Short documentary, which we reviewed here recently. All big contenders. Did you have something to say about Miss Hudson Williams before we move on?
No, No, I'm not saying he did anything wrong, and it is harassment, and they shouldn't be able to just follow them wherever. But there's a part of me that's like, when you fight back, it just makes it worse.
Yeah,
and
but I understand.
And that's not a critique. I'm just saying, what can they do? And the answer is nothing, which is the sad
They know
part.
that too. Cher has a famous one from years ago in Malibu where she got off her motorcycle and went up to someone and was screaming and cursing at him. She's just like, just leave me the fuck alone for one fucking day. It's like, I understand. And reflexively, we're all supposed to be like, that's the price you pay for the life you choose. But I think when you're in it, they're still human beings. We understand that.
Yeah.
And, there's no way that Hudson Williams was mentally prepared for this. The amount of mad.
Also, he thought he was going to be on some little cute thing that was on CBC, and that was he barely even thought that Americans would see this show, let alone.
Correct.
Yeah, Correct. Now it's the biggest thing, and these fucking Club Chalamet, that fucking lunatic woman that needs to be put behind bars. She's following them. You know what I mean? It's
she's crazy.
I can't even talk about her. I can't even talk about her. Anyway.
Well, Zahara and Maddox Jolie have now taken out newspaper ads, which I believe is part of the routine you have to go through to change your name legally. You have to do that. And so they've done it. Just chipping away at Brad Pitt. Chippity, chip. When's it going to happen, guys? When's it going to happen?
Chip.
I am on Bradley Pitt watch here. I am waiting for his absolute annihilation. And I don't understand. I do understand why it hasn't happened. I need an interview to happen.
You need
shoulders,
blood.
keyholes.
Blood.
Diane.
Yeah.
Diane. All the people you've murdered in your career, this is the one that you need to take down. Take those shoulders out and sit down with Brad Pitt. This man will never sit for an interview again.
No.
If he does, it's going to be a cover story of GQ. Yeah.
Why would he?
It'll be a cover story for GQ where he answers all the questions by email. Like he's not sitting down again this week. It's a bit of a list. Sam Neill, the beloved lead in Jurassic Park, 78 years old after a brief and sudden illness. The amount of tributes, you almost wish someone was here so they could see it. Laura Dern, Nicole Kidman, Steven Spielberg. This was a beloved actor. Of course, I love Jurassic Park. Loved him in A Cry in the Dark with Meryl Streep, where they played the Chamberlains, the famous "The Dingo Ate My Baby" scenario.
Wow.
Really good in that. Meryl Streep got all the attention, but as the long-suffering husband, he was quite wonderful in it. Bonnie motherfucking Tyler, total eclipse of the heart, 75 years old. She'd been ill for months. She was in an induced coma for a month. Whatever her illness was, she did not survive it. If you don't know his name, you definitely know his face. His name is Randolph Mantooth. He was in a show called Emergency in the 70s and then was on lots of soap operas and guest stints forever. He was on General Hospital, As the World Turns, One Life to Live. Very dashing guy. You definitely know who he was. He was 80 years old. He passed away. And of course, Ladybugs herself, no disrespect, R.I.P., Dame Lindsey Graham has passed away unexpectedly at the age of 71. We'll just leave it right there. But if you're interested in what most of the male escorts in Washington, D.C. have to say about it, just go online and take a look. They've given their own tributes similar to Nicole Kidman with Sam Neill.
They sure have. They've been like, this person got me through college, wink.
We thought we'd be here RIPing Mitch McConnell, but they've released an AI photo insisting that he's still alive.
Dominic, that
in the hospital... He looks like the wax figure version of who he was the day before he went in the hospital. It is so bizarre.
Beyond. How
bonkers that we don't know if this sitting U.S. senator is even alive. Like how?
Oh, and then, don't worry, Dominic, because when Lindsey Graham's seat is vacant, don't worry, his sister, who looks like him in a wig, by the way, who's never held public office ever in her life, is just going to step up and do the job as the senator. Because that's the country that we live in.
Not controversial, not brave. Lindsey Graham's not dead. He's just pretending to be his sister so he could live his life as a woman as he wants to. And that's actually him.
He's like, Byron Noam paved the way for me. He's like, he's like, them big swanging titties came out and I'm ready to go now.
Lindsey Graham's autobiography, I Am My Own Sister. Welcome to your new life, Lindsey. He didn't even need to change his name. It's so ambidextrous.
Yeah.
Anyway, R.I.P. or not, Lindsey Graham. R.I.P. to the Margaret Qualley Jack Antonoff marriage. They have split after 3 years. People were buzzing that Jack showed up to Taylor's wedding without Margaret, and people are joking online that now that Taylor is in a happy marriage, she won't have breakup songs. So Jack Antonoff will write all of Taylor's music now to reclaim the angst that is Taylor's catalog. Sorry, Jack and Margaret. That's
sad.
How it goes.
I have an eyebrow raised at him.
A Jack?
Yeah.
Why?
I just do.
All right.
It's just like, because that, like, what is it called? What was the show called that Lena Dunham wrote and Meg Stalter starred in? It was like You're Too Much or something like that.
Oh,
that was supposed to be about him. You know what I mean? That was supposed to be about him. And then, like, there was rumors that he was with Lord when they were together, but he was cheating on Lena Dunham with Lord, and then blah blah blah. And he's also not cute. He's also like I bet it was a loser, and then became famous, and now is like bagging chicks and like thinks he's a god. Like, and I just don't. And I love Margaret Qualley, and I just feel I
love Margaret. I think Jack is cute. I actually do think that he's a cutie.
He's gotten better.
But I think Lena or possibly Lena Dunham must have loved Jack showing up to the Taylor wedding solo, and Lena's up there dropping her not safe for work jokes about football being gay and all this stuff, and Jack's there alone. She probably tried to seduce him there.
Who knows? Who's to say?
So Priscilla Presley's son, who is not Elvis Presley's son, a gentleman named Navarone Garibaldi Garcia, is getting a lot of hate online because he has posted a GoFundMe for $8,500 so he could start a pizza place. this is someone I've never heard of before, but Us Weekly has shoved him down my throat. Everyone is just like, my mother doesn't give me money. I have a lot of bills. I donate to other causes. I give to the homeless. I just don't film it and put it on YouTube. I also have crazy ADD and try to do lots of things. If I just went in every time I thought I had a great idea, I'd be broke in 2 days. Ladies and gentlemen, the new celebrity you didn't need but will hate for the next 10 years, Navarone Garibaldi Garcia. Welcome to the Fixing Famous People universe. I just love someone who becomes a celebrity only because people dislike them for some random reason. And people are like, I don't know who you are. I just know that Priscilla Presley's got that Elvis money. Can you just ask her for the $8,500?
Well, and I love like when, again, someone's like, I'm at this proximity to someone famous and I'm not famous or rich. Like, why can't I be rich and not work? You know what I mean? And it's like, so that makes me laugh so hard.
Coming up on the a la carte, do you know who Dylan Sprayberry is? I can't even say it without laughing. Well, I didn't until 5 minutes ago, but he's a Scientologist and he wants you to know how it saved his life. We would like to know where Shelley is, but we'll ask him.
Where's Shelley? Where is Shelley?
Ice-T is back on SVU in full time. I love how candid he is about budgets and network shows and why he wasn't on every episode last year. We'll tell you about that. The Tyler Perry sexual assault case is not done yet. And apparently the person accusing him was trying to blackmail him into talking about his sexuality. Tyler Perry said, I'm not embarrassed about my sexuality. He hasn't revealed what it is, but he's not embarrassed to talk about it when he's deposed.
He doesn't need to.
We have a couple of, and I'm sorry, Christopher, but, duty calls. We have a few back-to-back Shia LaBeouf stories this week.
Oh, God.
Francis Ford Coppola burying his feud with him. Shia threatened someone. And then Shia also telling a story about Sigourney Weaver slapping his dad. Yeah, I'm intrigued as well.
Yes,
Owen Wilson Owen Wilson is a father again at 54 with his girlfriend who is 24. We're going to leave that there.
Oh, brother.
And Jennifer Lopez pulling a Celine in Paris Fashion Week and just owning every single thing she has shown up to, getting the attention she deserves. Whoever is styling her, doing a fantastic job. But then in true J-Lo fashion, just takes it much further than it needs to be. And I'm talking about standing on a table in a restaurant and dancing. Jennifer.
Hell yeah. Get it.
Jennifer.
Don't be fooled by the rocks that I've got.
The French version, the Paris Fashion Week version. Also, Melissa Gilbert, who we didn't hear from years until we found out her husband was abusing children. Slam. I guess found out that she has siblings that she's never met.
Oh, God. Here we go. Here we go.
Aquí vamos. And a deeper dive into some of the other Emmy nominations that will be on the a la carte for our Patreonettes and our Apple subscribers. And that comes out tomorrow, Thursday. We are about to take a small break. And when we come back, we're going to be, for reasons of grave cultural importance, reviewing the 2019 disaster film, Cats. A reminder that this Friday, on that other episode of Fixing Famous People, we will be fixing Mandy Moore on this week's episode of Fixing Famous People. And we love you. We'll be back with a recap of Cats after these vital messages.
We're back.
We're back to recap. We're back to recap something that came out 7 or 8 years ago. 7 years ago. Pre-COVID. Honestly, I'm not sure what was worse, this film or the entire COVID pandemic. So why?
Honestly, debatable.
Why are we reviewing? Like, are we late to the party? No, like we already knew that this movie was so bad that we didn't bother watching it just individually or together. Well, we weren't even friends before the COVID pandemic, really. I mean, we knew each other. But
we were, yeah, but not in the level like this.
But as we were assembling the Provincetown movie list, we got through 4 films. We were going to be doing 4 films and a rap album. And we will have a separate Patreon episode for the other 3 films and the rap album. But this movie, we felt was so...
We needed to bring it to the main stage.
It needed to come to the main stage. It needed to be our opinions on this movie. The world needed to have these free of charge because it needs to be revisited. I don't think there's not some like random good review of this movie. Like we all know it's bad, but sometimes when things are bad, if you had a few years to sort of reflect, I think it's gotten worse. I think it's aged poorly. I think that shit ages better than this film did because at least shit like gets hard and turns white and you can use it as furniture. This has truly gotten shittier as time has gone on.
And like the last two installments of this part of the show now have been like things that have just come out like this week. You know what I mean? Like I've been like breaking like brand new things that like thine eyes have not seen before. And I want to like set the precedent now that like we can go back in time and watch a movie from a million years ago and do it here. Because I think that's fun.
It is fun.
You know,
we're going to have fun right now. And this is going to be the ride you're expecting. It's just, I truly, before we got on the mic, was thinking, what's the silver lining? The silver lining is that I will never have to watch it again. I cannot think of a single good thing to say about this movie. Cats, I saw the original run on Broadway. It was always unusual. It's always been like an unusual property. It ran for a very long time. I guess because it was family friendly. There's nothing really scandalous about the original material, and it's Cats. And I guess people like the novelty of people running around on stage dressed as cats was a thing back then, and coming up to you in the audience and
and seemingly it's something that everyone can go see, and it's not this like old, like Not for Nothing. And I love this musical to death. It was my senior year. I was Nathan Detroit and Guys and Dolls, but like there's whole scenes of that where you're like, what on earth are these fucking people talking about?
First of all, we have to stop at you being Nathan Detroit and Guys and Dolls because the way
has there
that
been a better role
tracks,
for me ever?
The way that tracks, when I tell you that my senior year, I played Eugene in Brighton Beach Memoirs, we're talking about a whole podcast full of perfect casting. Like that is insane to me. But go on, Christopher.
All this to say, like, there's scenes that just go on forever about like a crap game that they're talking about that like, and they're just talking and talking and you know what I'm saying? Like if I wanted to bring a kid to Guys and Dolls, they'd be like, even when I was 18 years old, I was like, what are they talking about in this musical? Like, I know it's gambling, but like, and then watching it as an adult, I was like,
the plot is thin.
That is why this makes sense. Cause I'm now an adult and understand how gambling works. The
plot of Cats is, of course, the plot of Cats has always been thin. It's always, it's based on like a loosely tied together assembly of T.S. Eliot. Is that right? Yeah, T.S. Eliot poems.
Correct.
About cats. And so the thing is, Andrew Lloyd Webber, people will argue whether or not he's a quote unquote good composer. He writes catchy Broadway music that you remember. Is it cerebral like Sondheim? No, but he writes hit Broadway songs. He's one of the few composers who like write shit that people will remember. So like him or not, he's commercially viable, historically so. And people are dressed as cats. And then there's this song Memory, which I won't put you all through, but midnight, not a sound from the pavement, has everyone loves a memory, just smiling alone. And
touch me, it's so easy to leave me. Okay,
that's it. So you know it.
And I sound just like Jennifer Hudson. And
even Betty Buckley. I was even going to go further back than that.
But also, too, it's also funny enough, the song that in School of Rock that Miranda Cosgrove keeps wanting to sing for the audition or like for their
Memory,
their showcase. Yeah. Memory, all alone in the moonlight. And he's like, shut the fuck up. And like telling her. But I mean, this musical change, like if you go like research the numbers of it, it's like this musical, they say is like one of the most impactful musicals to ever exist because it changed the landscape of musical theater forever.
Yes, it was. It was for a long time the longest running musical in Broadway history until it was surpassed by Phantom of the Opera and Chicago. So I think it sits at number 3 right now. If Wicked hasn't surpassed it, it's very close at this point as well because it's been around for a while. Yeah. But Cats was the thing. Like if you were a child of the 80s and lived particularly in the New York area, the commercials for Cats the musical were absolutely ubiquitous. Like crazy. Like for truly 15 years, it just ran in every time period all over. And it was an institution, Cats, in New York forever.
And just like it was parodied so much in the show Hey Arnold, Like, do you remember that show at all?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
They had it. The musical they would all go see was called Rats. And the song was, I remember like it was yesterday, the song was, we're rats, we're furry and forlorn. We live in sewers, rotting sewers, and our hearts are torn. And then they all point at each other and talk about the different people that they're in love with. And it's like, so it's like they would like, when they went to go see a musical, they saw the musical Rats, which I thought was so funny.
I remember on SNL, they would do skits. It was like much better than Cats. Like anytime anyone would do a spoof, like a parody of reviewing a musical, it just became a joke to say this was much better than Cats, because Cats was I wouldn't say it was the only ticket in town, but it was definitely the best known show for a while. And at no point during the rush of like people turning musicals into movies, even like hit or miss, Chicago, of course, being a hit.
The biggest one of them all to ever, in my opinion, the single best movie adaptation of a musical.
Wicked can hear you.
I would say Wicked Part 1 is the second best.
And so through the glut of all this happening and people saying, are there no original ideas, which is such a stupid argument to me. It's like putting one idea from one media to another is not a bad idea. It means we already liked it and we want to see it in a different form.
The many, I see many of them.
No, Chicago and Wicked not only benefited artistically from being made into movies, but people didn't stop seeing the Broadway shows. In fact, they flocked to the Broadway shows to see the live version.
Yeah.
At no point in history has anyone truly ever with a working brain gone to see Cats at the Winter Garden Theater on Broadway and thought, holy shit, this is a movie. In fact, you would have seen the original production and thought to yourself, there's probably not even a good way to make this a movie because it's already so loosely tied together. And the thrill of seeing these very Cirque du Soleil bodies moving around lively as cats right in front of you with carnival makeup on, essentially, like is it like, the limitations of doing something in a theater. So they always make it as good as they can. And you appreciate that. And we appreciated it. And by the way, in case you don't know, the very thin storyline of Cats in a nutshell is like Deuteronomy is the old cat and has the power to give an extra life to one of the cats.
Have them ascend to like the next plane of existence. Yes.
And so you meet a billion different cats throughout and they interact and, there's like a slut cat and a homeless cat and a fat cat and like just the cats. Yeah, they're just the cats. And then Deuteronomy, who is played by none other than podcast saint Dame Judi Dench.
How dare they? How dare they? It looks like an AI version of her dressed up as the Cowardly Lion, by the way.
Someone needs to apologize to Judi Dench for doing this to her. Truly.
And funny enough, I was right about this. We were Googling it while we were watching. Judi Dench was supposed to play Grizabella, the one that sings Memory, the most famous song from Cats.
In the original run in the West End. On the West End.
And she hurt her knee or something. So she obviously could not perform. And then the woman who, I can't remember her name, but the woman that
Elaine Page
originated like
very and blew up like very. She's like a Patti LuPone of the West End, basically, Elaine Page.
And so right there, like casting good, like, oh, this person that was supposed to play Grizabella is now going to play old Deuteronomy, like the like sage old cat in the movie.
And it just didn't work out. And, they thought they had everything together. Tom Hooper, who won an Academy Award for directing The King's Speech, that also won Best Picture and also won Colin Firth, Best Actor. Like Tom Hooper, who did have musical experience. He directed Les Miserables, which was definitely received in a mixed way. Like not everybody loved it. He directed the majority of that movie in a like jarringly severe close-up. A lot of the moments in those movies. And still a great movie. Still got Anne Hathaway an Oscar.
Yeah, too realistically, some would say. It's like less fantasy because it's like, which is my gripe with it.
Which brings us to Cats. And so they're like, Cats is going to, and so the cast that they announced is the best known role is, as Chris mentioned, Grizabella, who was going to be played by Jennifer Hudson. Well, here we go. Set of pipes. We're off to a good start. Judi Dench is Deuteronomy. I'm interested. I'm listening. James Corden joins the chat. Okay, I'm not
he
sure.
He was still liked
we're
at this time.
Pre-Balthazar here.
He was still liked at this time.
We're post-Tony's pre-Balthazar, James Corden, so still in good
time,
graces.
it's like, we're good. We're feeling good, yeah.
Idris Elba, Jason Derulo playing the very sexual Rum-Tum Tugger cat. None other than Taylor Swift in a small role. Still not as big as now, but huge at the time.
Yeah.
I know I'm leaving people out of this. Like who else was in it? It was just Ian McKellen. I mean, good Lord, the amount of pedigree. It's like, so if they're gonna fuck this up, it's gonna seem like they deliberately did. And when you're watching this film, you really do think that someone's doing this on purpose to you. You really think that they're making this film so two gay guys 8 years later, 7 years later can go on their podcast and just say, what the fuck was this? I feel like it was made for us deliberately to mock. I just can't believe it.
I have a kind of a little list of like, here's the problems, and I'm going to go through them now. And I would love for you to add as well.
Yeah, fine, because I'm not sure what isn't the problem here. So
but I want to know. But us being like, it was terrible, but like, why was it terrible? Let's talk about it.
Yep.
In the musical, you said Cirque du Soleil, and like that is very, which I know I'm saying that wrong. Cirque du Soleil, however the fuck I say.
Cirque du Soleil.
I don't speak French, so.
Canada's going to come after you again.
So like, there's something about the way that they move on the stage when you're watching it in person that is so compelling because they're having to do all this in person and they are humans dressed up as cats, and it like makes it very fun and impressive. In the movie, they are humanoid cats. So like they have human feet and human hands, but then they're not in costumes. The whole movie is CGI. And so they have like cat... Like they wanted to not go completely CGI where they were just literal cats. And then they didn't want to go practical where they were humans dressed up as cats. And they did a mishmash of that where they were literal cats, but with human feet and hands and faces. And I felt that decision was extremely wrong. They
it's
either
a
needed to
mess.
like
it is
be
they
cats,
are a fucking mess.
They look insane.
In Alien Resurrection, there's the film Alien Resurrection, also a disaster, mostly. They go through this lab at the end. They go through this lab at the end where like the DNA of Sigourney Weaver is like in all of these like half alien, half human things, including
what
like
is this Avatar, The Way of Water? What is this?
That's what these cats looked like. And honestly, these cats did look like some sort of watered down shit from Avatar. They're uncomfortable to look at. At certain points, they're uncomfortable to look at. When Jennifer Hudson is singing Memory at the end, they've CGI'd or AI'd her face so where it just doesn't, it's like cat thin. I can't, like they've felined her face and it makes it very hard to look at.
And it just doesn't make any sense. And not that it should make sense, but then like don't make sense. They tried to make it realistic, but then also fantasy, and that doesn't work. And so there's just the whole thing. It was whereas if they would have done this, not all the sets are CGI, all of the like everything is CGI. They did this completely on a soundstage with green screen, and they spent the entire budget, I'm sure, on computer generated images. Do you know what I mean? And so like if they would have spent
everyone in this cast watched this movie for the first time and thought, this is truly nothing like what I thought it was going to be. Yeah. What have you done to me? Will I survive this? The only people who probably laughed this off were Ian McKellen and Judi Dench, and they were like, "This is why we perform on the stage because you're all fucking morons. Like, this is not movies are for idiots." That's probably what they thought.
And like, if they would have done like practical, if it would have been practical, and they would have made all of the sets and made them really good, and it would have been like a Wicked-esque, where it's like it's nominated for every single like artistic award that it could be. Like costume design was a shoo-in. This was a shoo-in. Like if they would have made amazing cat costumes that were real, imagine how good that would have been. Imagine how that could be in a museum right now. There could be a Cats museum, like Met Ball-esque thing that's like, go see all of the stuff from Cat. You know what I'm saying? Like they had an opportunity to make it incredible, and instead they were just like, let's just CGI all these people, whatever.
They should have just done what they did with Hamilton and filmed the stage production like with 100 cameras, and make it look that's the only way to translate this, because it is a challenge, because if you're going to go from stage to movie, you want to do the things in a movie that are advantageous. You almost can't do it without saying, how do we make them more like cats? How do we build out a set more? But it doesn't work with cats for some reason. The show, it just doesn't work. It might, Hamilton, it could work with Hamilton. You could do actual sets of colonial America. It might feel a little uncomfortable, but you could do it. But with cats, it's not.
You know what?
It just didn't work.
Do you remember the Polar Express when they did the Polar Express as a movie? And it was weird.
Yes.
That's what this was like, didn't it? Does it? I'm connecting it right now. It was like, wait, something about animals. This is so off and weird, and it doesn't mean it's interesting. I don't like it. And that's what it looked like the whole time. And they're like small, like they're cat sized, and then they're in like the human world, and yet they have human hands and feet. And so it's like, I wish it was like, if it was cats and they all like were, the whole world was cat sized, that would work. It just like, everything about it was just off, and it was just weird. Another big thing for me is that in the movie version, and they do this in Chicago and they've done it in other things, but like in the movie version of Rent, they have the songs that we all love, and but they made a lot of deliberate choices to like turn some songs into a scene or like omit some of the song. Like a lot. I mean, and again, Rent is technically an opera. It's sung. The whole thing is sung, and like there's not much spoken word at all. And like there was many things that we found out in song in the opera that are spoken scenes in the movie, and that helped them a lot. Cats did not have any of that. No. And it would have been helped a lot by that. It was just one song after the next, after the next, after the next, after the next. And there was a lot of just like, at one point there, right before like old Deuteronomy comes out to like say who's going to be sent to the Heavenside layer or whatever, there's like a big number and they're all dancing, and it really felt like a musical kind of for the first time.
You said
than
that
the
when
first
we were watching
opening.
It. Yeah, you're like,
other than the opening number,
like, this is it.
I was like, this is what this could have been the whole time, but instead it was just like, here's James Corden and Rebel Wilson like being crazy and like being stupid, and like I was like, what the fuck is this? And it like for one song it was great, and I was like, but then it went away. It was a and like the fact that some of them were wearing clothes and some of them were like Taylor Swift's character straight up comes out in no clothes and character shoes. And I was like, what the fuck is this? And then some of them have no clothes on or shoes or anything. And then some of them are wearing full outfits. And I'm just like
coats, trench coats. Like some of the cats are in trench coats, which on stage you can get away with this, but in the movie it's very, also Taylor Swift singing in a full on British accent and Jennifer Hudson just coming on there saying, I am a female Billy Porter and I'm going to scream this song, even though it's supposed to be whispered, period. The end. I'm looking at this. I'm like, how do you have Jennifer Hudson and this isn't working on memory? No. How do you have Taylor Swift being lowered on a moon? How do you have any of these things? And it's not working. I'm watching this film as a producer, and I don't know if you felt this as well, but by the time we got to the end of it, I just felt like it was something that got noted to death. I felt like this film reached 8 levels in a producer hierarchy, and everyone thought they had the bullet that was going to shoot this thing to the stars. Like, do this and make it better. Make them look more like cats. Give them a British accent. Make the movie brighter. And it looks like it looks Dominic, like the mess it became. It was noted too much.
It's notes across notes across notes across notes, and this is like the 17th version of it, and that's what we got. It was so bad. And again, I love all the songs. Jellicle songs for Jellicle cats. I sing that every week on the show. Love that song. Mm-hmm. Love it. I hated it in the movie. Was like, what the fuck is this?
It made me appreciate the Cats, the Jellicle Ball revival on Broadway, which, as we've said on this pod before, if you've seen the original Cats or this movie and then you see Jellicle Ball at this point appears to be, it's so natural and so organic that how they've refashioned this musical makes Jellicle Ball look like the original work. Like what it was always supposed to be was this Jellicle Ball incarnation. Now, if I hear that they're going to put Jellicle Ball on film, if they have any plans other than to just film the staged version, I don't want to be arrested, but I'm thinking about setting the sets on fire if they do that. This property has been ruined enough. And the Jellicle Ball is such a special experience. Like, Cats the movie ruined Cats the musical. Like, they have destroyed the legacy of this musical forever. Only the Jellical Ball should exist in the multiverse at this point, because it's the only one that's even approachable. Really, it's the only one even watchable.
Yeah,
I don't believe we watched the whole thing. We really stuck it out.
Yeah, we watched the whole thing. I even rewound it when I was in the shower for memory and made you watch it again.
That's correct, you did.
Yeah.
Which is when I said...
And I'm sorry for that.
It's all right. I sort of wanted to see Jennifer Hudson do it again, because I bet she watches it and she's like, I hope she fired whoever put her in this movie. Honest to God. It is not... An EGOT does not deserve how Jennifer Hudson... While we're here, apologize to Jennifer Hudson as well, because I think you tarnished her the way you tarnished... Do you understand, Hollywood or whoever you are? Judi Dench got a Razzie nomination because of this film. How fucking dare you? Because she's just doing the best with what you've given her. Then you turned her into this, like, she didn't even look like a cat. She looked, I mean, honestly, she looked like a possum, a gross.
She looked like the Cowardly Lion. If I were king of the forest. That's like what I was expecting her to start singing. God, I feel bad that Judi and Jennifer just deserved so much better. Oscar winners both. Although I will say, what did I say to you? I said Jennifer Hudson really felt, she thought she did to memory what like Cynthia Erivo would eventually do to Defying Gravity.
100%.
And that is just not the truth, is what
you could see even in her CGI face that she looks like she ate, but what she ate was cat shit. She ate cat shit. She got sucked into this vortex. I wonder, I'm not going to go down this rabbit hole, but I bet there are whole Reddit threads about who's accepting the blame for all of this. Like because poor Tom Hooper, I mean, have we even heard from him since then?
Well, and you know that there's, the director, Tom Hooper. Yeah. You also know that one of the funny things on the internet is that there was a version of the movie where all the cats had buttholes.
Correct.
And then a executive, much like you're saying, Dominic, said, take out all of the buttholes. Like they shouldn't have buttholes. That's like too sexual. This is a children's movie, like blah, blah, blah. And so there's a version somewhere where all the cats have buttholes. And then the version we got was buttholeless.
And I'll just say the very, very obvious thing, which is, I think if I had at least seen some butthole in this film, feline or otherwise, I'd give it a 1 instead of a 0. Like if I had buttholes to even joke about, I'm almost okay if you're going to show me starfish, if you're going to show me sphincter, anus. What other words can we think of?
It's also, when you think of Chicago, Rent, Wicked, these like hugely famous musical movies, they like reintroduced the musical to like an entire generation of people that weren't old enough to view it at the time. And this did not do that at all. Am I wrong? Like Memory wasn't trending. The original cast recording of Memory wasn't like on the Billboard Top 200 after this movie was released.
All I have to say is that Tom Hooper, again, he won an Oscar. You're never hotter than when you win an Oscar, okay?
Of course.
And he won the Best Director Oscar in 2010. In 2012, he went on to direct Les Miserables. And then a couple things in between. The Danish Girl, which controversial because it was a huge movie. But a huge movie at the time. Alicia Vikander won an Oscar for that. Yes. And then the only marquee thing he did was 2 episodes of the TV show His Dark Materials. But then after Cats, we're talking nothing. Like we're talking, there are no feature films after Cats. This guy won an Academy Award, was nominated twice. Whew. I know Hollywood's fickle, but I'm looking at how can you erase this from your resume? You can't.
You can't
do it.
Nope. Not with that cast and that amount of money.
What's the moral of the story? The moral of the story is, what was the movie recently where they shot it and then they took it away and we were all furious? It was the new Catwoman, right? They shot an entire film of Catwoman, like a new version of it. And then a few months before it was released, they just said, we're scrapping this. It wasn't the vision, blah, blah, blah. I don't have all the details. We can Google it and talk about it next week. But they lost an entire film and people thought, you're crazy. You're going to lose so much money. I look at Cats and I'm thinking to myself, at a certain point, someone needs to be the bad guy and say, instead of giving notes, I'm going to give you the truth. It's not working.
Yeah.
Don't just shove it out the door. I would bet that what happened with Cats is part of the reason that whoever looked at the final cut of Catwoman was like, you know what? Fuck this. Like, I can't have my name attached to something that is the worst thing in history. Let Tom Hooper have that for Cats.
Yeah. Wow.
And I'm sure some of you are like, well, then why are you reviewing it? Because I couldn't sleep until we told
we
you
had to. No, this is what no, they want this. Dominic, come on.
We're protecting you. This is why gay people are here, to protect straight people from
this is what
gay
you should
properties that we're not proud of.
If you want to watch Cats, go on YouTube. And I think the entire original Broadway performance is somewhere on YouTube. I'm serious, because I've watched parts of it. And like, there is like exactly what you're saying, Dominic, like a staged recording that's like living on YouTube somewhere in its entirety. Just watch that, because it was exponentially better than this.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, listeners.
And by the way, it's not, in no way are we recommending this. Like, it's not, we're doing this so you will avoid the 100 minutes of your life that would have been said. It's not even like, oh, it's so campy, it's bad. This is not Showgirls. This is Cats. I could watch Showgirls on a loop, that horrendous, delicious, iconic classic of a mess. This, don't do it.
No. It's not campy at all. And anyone that tells you it is out of their minds.
There's not a single, I don't know. Again, there's no silver lining for this movie. I may have not ever seen.
There's also no
tip
rest.
To tail, a movie that's worse than this.
There's no rest. Like, it's song to song to song to song. And in a musical, that's great because you're watching someone perform live and it's fun. In this movie, you're just like watching someone sing a song, and it just we never get a beat to rest and like have anyone explain to us what's happening at all. And it was, anyway. All right.
There you have it.
There you have it. We will be doing later this month. You will be getting $20 tier on Patreon. You will be getting a review of the other 3 movies that we watched in the PTown movie list. And we will be back on Friday to fix Mandy Moore with the girls from Little Miss Recap. I'm really excited.
It's a good one.
You can find me at the Chris DeRosa. You can find Dominic at Dominic Pupa. And you can find us at Fixing Famous People on Instagram and Fixing Famous People Pod on TikTok, correct? Right.
And a note that I'll be performing this Friday and Saturday at the Red Room in Provincetown. Please go to my Linktree or my site, domitory.com, for links to tickets.
We love you. And where's Shelly, obviously? Goodbye.
She's not watching Cats, that's for sure.
No,
she'd rather be anywhere. If Shelly Miscavige had the option of watching Cats
or continuing to be in
remaining dead, did she be like, I'll stay down here? I'm good.
Okay, bye.
Bye.